Cool. All right, we're here. My seat could probably be adjusted. Actually, no. There you go. Cool. All right. Hello and welcome, everyone. We are doing our recordings. We're doing our recordings for the first Studio77 report of the. Yeah, it's still a new year. At what point do you start? I mean, it is by definition a new year.
Yeah.
But you know, it's that whole happy New Year thing, and when do you stop saying Happy New Year? Not that I was going to say Happy New Year.
Was on Tuesday, and it's been.
Oh, good. All right, so Happy New Year.
So technically,
it's Happy New Year somewhere.
and then there's spring, which then counts as the new year for a whole other set of people at spring equinox. So there's really like 3 months of New Year.
Fair enough. Okay.
We're still in the new year. Yeah, I think as long as you're in the first quarter, it's still the new year.
All right, that makes me feel better.
And then second and third quarter are mid-year, and then fourth quarter is
and then
end
doom
of year.
For the year.
Doom.
The reckoning for the last few months of the year.
Yeah. I can agree to that. Cool, yeah. New year, mid-year, and doom.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, we are going to record the Studio77 report, which is changing a bit. So we're using it as a way to essentially check in where we're at, but also give people a chance to share where they are at on the creative journey. So we're bringing in some of the same stuff. We're still talking about sort of industry news, but widening it to not just games. Although I'm going to be talking about games, and seeing if we can bring people on as we go to share the news that they've got or share with us in their Discord. So we're playing with a new format. It's the first proper time we're doing it. We do have a guest. We're going to navigate doing that, but otherwise it's still me and Tazziii doing this thing of updating with the Mind Matter universe as well. So hopefully everyone's doing okay and joining us as the proverbial flies on the wall of our recording session. But also I've messed up on the audio, so you're gonna have to watch us listen to audio, and then I'll fix that in post. Oh, bless you.
Thank you. I tried to hold it in.
Cool. All right, shall we? Oh, and I had a Twitch poll.
Yes. I saw that.
I just kind of left that for you.
Did you want me to run it?
Yeah, if you do that.
Let me set it up ahead, like get it ready ahead of time.
Okay.
No, didn't mean to do that. Meant to open that in a new window. Bear with me.
Cool.
Great, all right.
And then I think we're good. Actually, let me open.
Have to do this again. Stream. Oh God, it's been months since I've looked at Twitch. Oh, we got a full house here. Hello, everyone. And I'm setting up a poll. I do actually need to talk through every step of what I'm doing, because otherwise I'll forget what I am literally doing. Wait, why can't I get poll up on the dashboard? Let me do a test then. Oh yeah. We'll do it for 10 minutes and
Okay.
I will not allow additional votes. And then we can like have a little check-in on the poll.
Yeah.
After stories before we jump into the guest advice.
Yes. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah, I think I'm just about ready.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay. I have a pair of like slipper socks and a pair of slippers on, and my feet are freezing. And I have a blanket on that's covering my legs and feet. I think it's because I've done like a foot thing earlier. It's like these socks that you put on, and they're like soak your feet, but like in socks. It's like a foot treatment. Okay. It's like a you know, like face mask.
A foot treatment in a sock.
Feet. Yeah.
In a sock.
It's like a face mask for your feet. But like obviously, because you can't just put. It needs something to, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think so.
You might not, but
yeah, I think so, but I'm not 100%.
You should have whatever the image in your head is, probably a rough, correct image.
Okay.
Here's where it's wearing Sonic slippers, and my feet is still goat. If Sonic can't keep you warm, who can? Probably someone with a firepower, but you know. Speed generates heat, so all cool, depending on where you are in relation to that speed. Anyway, I'm overthinking it. Let's get into the Studio77 recording.
All right, so you ready?
Yep.
Cool. Let me move that over. What's that moving? There you go. Cool. All right, so we're gonna record. Actually, it's all one part, so all one recording. Let me go back to the top, and if everyone is ready, we'll get started with our recording. And if you keep an eye on our guest, then we'll get that moving as well. So we will go in. Also, does my audio sound okay? Am I on the right?
Yeah.
On the right, proper. Okay.
Cool. To me.
All right, as long as it sounds like podcast audio and not meeting audio, basically. Yeah. Cool. All right, we'll go in. Oh, why? Right, scroll there. We will go in 3, 2. Hello and welcome to the Studio77 Report for Spring 2026, and Happy New Year, because it's Happy New Year somewhere in the world. We are bringing you the latest updates from the Maya Matter universe and highlighting creative stories from across games or comics or animation and beyond. I am the Maya Matter co-founder, Nigel.
I am Tazziii, content creator and Maya Matter creative director.
And Maya Matter is a manga brand and mission-driven creative agency. The brand is built around our own universe of original anthropomorphic characters within a television network universe. We work across 7 distinct brand pillars, including studios, which is our event planning and delivery, the Do I Look Like a Gamer, which is our campaign promoting inclusion and diversity in gaming, showrunners for our work experience program for those young and aspiring creative professionals. Studio77 is our pillar where we host a variety of virtual shows talking to creative professionals across comics, cosplay, video games, animation as well, sometimes both in the same person depending on who we get. Each month we also get together with our community to play some games. You can join the Studio77 Discord to chat with us in between streams, and make sure you're following us on all the socials, well, YouTube, TikTok, other socials as well, and you'll catch what we're up to and any highlights as well. So before we dive into the creative roundup, let's talk about the season's theme. So each season we're going to be doing these. We explore a different variation of our Imagine More tagline that connects with the creative landscape in some way, depending on the time of year that we are in.
Yeah, this season's theme is renewal. Spring is all about fresh starts and new growth, and we want to apply that same energy to our creative journey. So, whether you're starting out or expanding your skill in a new direction, this season is about identifying what you want to grow and taking intentional steps towards it. The Twitch poll is going live now. Um, but yeah, what does that mean for you, Nigel?
I think for me, it's like it's not new things. It's doing better with the existing things. I know one of the things I started this year in is renewing my skill of asking for things. I think that's something that's definitely wrestled with. And I had a recent conversation with Corey Brotherson, who's a writer, and he does a bunch of other things in games, in comics. Yeah, we're talking around these themes. We got something from him a little later, but yeah, it's just that particular skill, which I'm finding there are levels to. So I think for me, it's like renewing that skill.
For real, yeah. I think I think that's a good thing. I think mine's kind of similar. I think it's like a case of having like let everything that I've learned from the previous year, especially this year, that I've learned from last year or just previous years in general, and actually like allowing those to grow. I feel like I'm gonna do like since it is spring, a seed analogy.
Yeah.
Of like I feel like sometimes you can imagine this seed is the skill.
Yep.
And you plant the skill, which is like starting the skill, learning the skill, whatever. And then rather than like taking a moment to let it in and then see the growth of that skill, often like check in on the seed, which doesn't let it grow. You've got to like let it sink in, water it.
That works.
And then let it grow. Whereas what I think I do is like try and
pull it out right away.
Constantly attack that. Yeah, constantly trying to level up the skill and like never actually taking a moment to let that sink in and letting the results of having that skill grow.
Yeah, it is a process.
Yeah. And I think that's what I'm doing this year, and like trusting that I have the skill. I have planted the seed. The thing will grow.
Yeah.
Just got to keep on watering it. Not too much as well. Like,
yeah,
you can overwater a plant.
Yeah.
Got to water the right amount.
Yeah, no, I mean, take a look at farmers because they they do put all parts of the process, and there's a reason for it. So I get that.
Yeah, that was a terribly put analogy. You can tell I attempt to garden, don't garden very well. But the gist of it's there, and it's cool. You learn it on the way.
Oh, that's me. Yeah, we're still working on this format.
We should have coloured things.
Or maybe actually that might
make it easier.
Little colour. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. Next time, or as we do this one, but yeah. So yeah, we'd love to hear how that theme resonates with your own creative journey. So drop your thoughts in our chat. Or join the conversation in our Discord community. And before we get into our updates and where we are with the My Matter universe, let's start with our creative roundup. And each season, we look back at significant developments across games or comics or animation, whatever the industry might be, as long as it's creative, something that's caught our eye, and then we discuss them right here with you. So if you're listening to the Story X Story podcast feed, then you can enjoy this audio version and also catch the live stream or join the Studio77 community as well. We're also putting the videos up on our YouTube channel so you can get to them when you'd like. So let's get started. Tazziii, what's your story of the past season?
I'm gonna choose such a self-serving story.
That's allowed.
So mine, mine is that Apothecary Diaries is, as well as getting its new season 3 confirmed for, I think it's towards the end of the year. It's also getting a feature film. I'm very excited. If anyone hasn't watched Apothecary Diaries,
I've not
you
yet,
should.
but I will.
You should. I don't know why you haven't yet. I've definitely been mentioning it long enough.
You have, yeah.
At least tried. But because that on its own is not much of a story. I mean, it is a big story for me, but probably we can add a bit more interesting overview of that is I guess the rise in anime movies in terms of not just like your standalone like Studio Ghibli movies, but movies from anime series. Though as I'm saying that, that's another thing. Maybe I'll touch on that. Anyway, but movies from anime series. So we've had a very, very successful Demon Slayer movie. Was that last December? Or last
it was earlier than
October,
December. It was last year, but it was earlier. It was early in the year because I remember talking about it at different conferences.
Okay then.
Yeah, it was before summer.
Oh, was it? What was?
Actually, I don't know that for certain. Let's look. Let's look that up.
Let's look that up. What was? There was something more towards. Anyway, we've had Demon Slayer.
Chainsaw Man.
We've had Chainsaw Man. We've had. It's literally here, and I've lost it. Anyway, we had like the Jujutsu Kaisen as well. So we've had a lot of anime films from series that have been very successful. And I mean, as an anime fan, this is a good thing. But I guess like Hollywood. I'm not saying I guess, but Hollywood is taking an interest. And there's a lot of discussion about what does this mean for anime? What does it mean if Hollywood start to trying to say this without being too harsh to Hollywood, but getting their claws into anime. And one of the articles here interviewed a voice actor from. I should have better done the notes for this.
Which was why you get that
one of the voice actors from Jujutsu Kaisen, and the quote is, because I thought this was really interesting. Hollywood will try to look at this and be like, oh man, anime films, let's go, right? But I think the true formula to an anime film's success is that you really need to build up seasons. You need to have you need to have followed the story for 2, 3, 4 years to see the culmination of that story, or at least a very big part of it on the big screen is kind of a reward for being there for all the seasons. So that was Keiji Tang, who voices Gojo. I love Gojo. Anyway, and I think that's kind of right. It's like, it's funny that's a Jujutsu Kaisen quote, because my first experience of Jujutsu Kaisen was Jujutsu Kaisen 0, which is one of the films. And though I hadn't watched the anime, so I wasn't one of the people that was being rewarded for that long season, it was the build-up of that anime that brought me to the cinema, because so many other people were into it. And that was one that you could watch standalone. It was a prequel to the TV series. And so I was able to go and watch it and get into the series, but without the hype of like the series itself and how many people were into it. wouldn't have been as appealing to watch. And I think that's right. I feel like a lot of the success that's coming out of these, specifically, you can get like just standalone anime movies that do really great, but they are quite specific directors, quite specific studios that are known for that. The like extreme success that we've been seeing for more like recent like anime series movies, I don't think that can be replicated if Hollywood are like, right, let's just make anime movies and it will be like not that good. It's not going to be the hard hitters of like a successful standalone or that is coming from a series. And another thing that came up was that they're just going to get like celebrities to voice act the English dub.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Another one from Tang was a quick response that Chris Pratt as Gojo. Oh, that makes me visit. I enjoy Chris Pratt, but I do not want Chris Pratt.
Yeah, in the right places.
Voicing Gojo, yeah.
Yeah.
places not there. I don't think that's completely fair because there has been some big names in a lot of like Studio Ghibli films.
I was going to say, yeah. And surprising ones as well. I didn't really know ahead of time, or even necessarily always as I was watching. Just afterwards, like, oh, okay, that was so.
Oh yeah, like sometimes it's been years after for me. Like,
yeah,
I think it's only when we done the podcast for Princess Mononoke that I realized some of the big ones. I was like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah,
voices where?
That's what you want, right? If you're going to do that, that's what you want for anyone. But yeah, particularly like in the case of getting big actors, you don't want them to take over or distract.
Yeah, and I feel like that's very specific. And what you don't want as well is like, because this goes along with series, you want the series voice actors voice acting the film as well. Like, it would be so weird for anyone that watches the seasons to then switch to like a new voice for the film. And I highly doubt that any like big Hollywood stars are gonna be voicing seasons of anime.
Yeah, it's a big time investment.
Let's be real, that's a commitment that I don't think will be there.
So do you think this is a good thing, like getting, because I mean you're happy for the Apothecary Diaries film?
Yes,
and I'm so
excited.
I imagine on an individual basis, like people will be happy with, insert your anime series getting film here.
Yeah.
If the trade-off is like Hollywood getting more and more into anime to bring these. Okay.
No, I don't want Hollywood making my anime.
Fair.
Especially not like, if you are, then start your own, whatever. I'm probably not gonna watch it. I might watch one or two, but like, start your own. Don't I mean, just don't anyway. But like, anime's not yours. Like, and because I don't trust Hollywood to respectfully get involved with anime. I don't
think that's the key,
them.
Respectfully. Yeah.
I don't trust them to respectfully and to really respect what the fans love, what the like original creators of the manga or web novel, wherever it's coming from. I don't trust them with any part of it. I don't trust them to respect anyone that's already here. And like, so and this is the other thing, when it comes to anime based on a series, you get two different types of anime feature films based on a series. You get ones that go along with the story and a continuation of the story, and you also get like just standalone. So Apothecary Diaries is going to be a complete standalone. of it. It's gonna be relevant. It's gonna be canon, but it's gonna be not relevant to the main storyline. So you'll be able to watch it if you haven't watched Apothecary Diaries and just get the essence. And then hopefully you're like, I want to watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like then there's something like Jujutsu Kaisen 0 I loved, and then started watching the anime, and that was a prequel. What did I watch in cinemas? Fruit Basket I watched in the cinema, and I was like, I'm gonna go back and watch that. I never actually finished it. And then what was the other one? There was another prominent one that was specific for me. Why is my mic? I've literally got a poster behind me, Dan.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Which was just the first few episodes of the second season, but it was like a whole different experience watching it in the cinema as a film. Yeah, I don't want Hollywood involved with them. I want more, but I don't want Hollywood involved.
Yeah, you don't want what comes of that.
We don't need. Sorry, anime doesn't need you, Hollywood. you need anime, but anime does not need you. Anime is doing fine on its own.
That's funny.
It's getting those box office numbers. It's making actors question their life choices.
It's funny. We're gonna have a chat about this at some point on the podcast with someone who knows a thing or two about anime in Japan and sort of globally. So I think it's an interesting question to. Yeah, we'll put that to him and see what he thinks.
I have seen a few things recently that's like Japan is not going to make anime for other places. They're just going to make anime for Japan, and I'm like, that's fine.
I don't mind we've been watching for the most part.
Yeah. I've been here for like 20 plus years. Wasn't never been bothered. I've never had a problem with it before. Like when there's been things that I'm like, oh, that's not quite the relevant, or like that wouldn't really fly here. I'm like, just Japanese. It's not my culture. Not my place to judge. And we've had they've been doing a great job so far. So I'm not mad.
Okay. All right. We'll see how this goes, because it's going to happen, but we'll see how it goes. Cool.
Just to break the whichever wall.
Fourth wall.
Has is ready, by the way. I'll just update him. Another 10 minutes?
Yeah, we could do that. And we'll go through my story and then do the Vice.
Okay. So yeah, Nigel, what is your story for this quarter?
Yeah, so my story is definitely one, we kind of we didn't miss the opportunity. We weren't given the opportunity to talk about it on our recent video game roundtable, but we'll surely be talking about it in future, because it's one that will have just ripples across Microsoft in particular, and just the gaming industry. So it is about the major leadership changes at, I was going to say Xbox, I guess Microsoft, and as a result Xbox, with Phil Spencer, who is, as of last Friday, as we record this, retiring after 38 years at Microsoft. So he joined as an intern in 1988 and has led Xbox since 2001, and no more. So he's been retired, and the wording on some of this is very interesting. So he retired, and then in the same statement, Sarah Bond, who was the Xbox president and expected next in line to Phil Spencer, resigned. So she didn't retire, she resigned. And Asha Sharma, who I had not heard of up until this this massive story, is taking over as the new CEO of Microsoft Gaming, as the wording in the report. So she was previously, or I guess currently at the time of this all breaking, president of Microsoft's Core AI, and is now taking over Xbox. And Matt Booty, who is Xbox Game Studios head, has been promoted to Chief Content Officer and will work closely with Sharma. So that's the rearranging of, I was gonna say deck chairs on the Titanic. Who knows if that might be it. But that's the rearrangement that's happening. So this was announced on Friday the 20th. And if you know things about when and where news stories are released, Friday typically is the time you release things that you want to be buried because fewer people are paying attention. I feel we live in a different world than when that was the case. So this became a sort of massive story in gaming circles. And yeah, that's it. I'm still sort of digesting it because it means a lot. So we just did our video game roundtable, which will be out this week. So that was obviously before this happened. So yeah, take whatever we say about Xbox in that context. But this is big. This is a massive shake-up in the direction of Xbox, with someone who is an outsider, if you will. So outside the current, or what was the current Xbox leadership, and outside of gaming, because they're not from games. Yeah, I don't know what to think. Well, actually, I do know what to think. I think it doesn't sound good, basically. It doesn't sound good. But as the, up until a point, resident Xbox person, Tazziii, what does this sound like to you? Oh, you are mute, and that is not my fault.
No, that was my fault. I must have knocked my mute button. If you look at the origins of Xbox, it was like a bit of an experiment. It was we're going to try this thing. It was pretty much passion-led, backed by a company that has a lot of money, right? And they were like, sure. And then it started to be somewhat successful. And now I feel like, and then it kind of wasn't as successful. And now I feel like this is kind of like a parent being like, okay, time to grow up and pay the bills. Like, you've had your fun. And now you're out here and you have to contribute to the family business. It doesn't sound good, basically. It sounds like the fun is over. I feel like is this what it was like to be like was this what it was like to watch Sega become no longer make consoles?
Okay. So you think it could be going in that direction? I mean, people have said that before. Is there a near future where Microsoft don't make a console?
But just like, not necessarily specifically that, but just the complete kind of change. I feel like it will be worse.
So I will say that so Sharma, who again, so she's former VP of product and engineering at Meta, former Instacart COO. So joined Microsoft in 2024. She did send out an email, and she, I guess, clarified, or she committed to a few commitments. Let me try that again. She announced a few commitments. So she announced 3 commitments, which was great games was the first thing, which you expect that. So empowering the studios, invest in iconic franchises, back bold ideas, take risks, which take that for what that is worth. The second, and again, wording in all this is the return of Xbox. The return of Xbox. So she says we will recommit to our core Xbox fans and players, those who have invested with us for the past 25 years. It's on his long statement. as well. And then the third is the future of play. We are witnessing the reinvention of play. To meet the moment, we will invest in new business models and new ways to play by leaning into what we already have, iconic teams, characters, and worlds that people love. And she did mention, and given that she has come over from the core AI team, she also mentions, as monetization and AI evolve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency or flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. Games are and always will be art crafted by humans and created with the most innovative technology provided by us. So on paper, that's what you want to hear.
Yeah, but I don't believe any of it. It just sounds like PR slop.
Yeah, so it sounds like soulless PR slop. So
it just sounds like we're telling you what you want to hear, and actually none of that was any other than a lot of that was not specific. It was very like
it left a lot to interpret, so you can
make it great again.
Yeah.
We're bringing it back. What does that mean? What are the exact steps that you are taking? That doesn't mean anything. Nothing said there actually means anything. And the stuff that you said, you know, about the AI, not it doesn't specify that they're not going to use any AI, do they? It just says
no, but I think that no one would take that as true if Microsoft, one of the biggest companies and investors in AI, said that. So that just wouldn't ring true anyway.
But even what they've said, I'm like, you're obviously going to use AI.
Yeah, but not soulless.
I just don't.
And not AI,
I don't
AI
believe
slop.
it. I don't believe it. You said you're not going to use AI slop, so but there is only AI slop. I feel like them saying that they're thinking that there's something separate from like AI generated content.
Right. I see how
the slop isn't inherent.
Is how you do it. I do feel that, because I think the AI thing is a worry. I think also the wording of like recommit to Xbox, because that, and just the timing of all this and the suddenness of the announcement, that suggests that there is, you know, as you've pointed out, there's unhappiness with the direction, and the direction was everything is an Xbox. So does that mean, and obviously what she has said is not necessarily specific, so you can project your own what you want. It could mean that, oh, they're going away from that and they're going to commit to Xbox exclusive. That's not what she said. That's total. I've seen that interpretation. I don't know, because the words she has said leave a lot of room for interpretation. So
much room. And also so much of what's come out of Xbox lately is just they've said one thing and then done something
and then immediately
and also you're like, oh yeah, we are gonna care about what the players meanwhile not being someone that has any interest or previous like experience that we know of, and you've just got rid of the two people that we do know care.
So I think that was the to their credit, even though, you know, both working in a very large corporation, but I think the general consensus was both Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond were people who cared, who play games and had that credit, which obviously was sort of chipped away at in the past year or so, but they had the credit, whereas the new person coming in doesn't have that. So I think that's going to be a challenge, which I guess is why they've kept Matt Booty. He was previously there, so that credibility.
I feel like that's the only reason how long is Matt Booty going to be there? Because there's only so many people you can get rid of at one time.
Fair, yeah.
And I think they hit the limit at one of the two major heads of departments that they got. But yeah, I'm actually more interested in where Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond go next.
Okay. I mean, they're both given the, you know, now's the right time, next step, but they not said what the next step is. But yeah. Which I guess it will be a while before we actually see, because they won't be able to move into anything gaming for a while, because I imagine they have a lot of clauses that mean they can't
like go to competition and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, like I've um I've never been loyal to a company, even though it might sound like I have. I'm always loyal to games and where I personally can get them. Loyal to games, and I always go to where I personally can get the most out of games. And I don't think Xbox is that place anymore, or it won't be very shortly.
I think there's a lot of that going around.
Yeah. So whereas I'm thinking Steam will be where I head to next, but we'll see. We'll see how that. We don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds.
It's very
to be
new.
honest, I have enough games.
Yeah.
Even after so many of them got taken away by.
I know the games industry agrees with you. There are too many games. I'm going to cut some of them, but no,
I don't know if I need a new top person, but yeah.
So I think this is going to be an interesting one, and we'll definitely talk more about it. My personal frustration is they didn't do this before we had our roundtable, because I'm now going to have to edit.
It always happens.
Yeah, but we'll do that. So we'll, like I said, we do have a roundtable coming up. I'll put this or some part of this in the roundtable, but as the year goes on, we'll talk more about this, because this will be a ongoing story that will have long impact for Xbox and the games industry. So those are some of the creative stories that have caught our attention over the last season. So let us know your thoughts if you're joining us live in chat, or if you want to shout in our Discord. You can also share the stories you think we should be talking about. I'm also going to break the fourth wall, and it's going to be a good editing challenge for Katie. But I just should we talk to Taz now and then swap the order of things, or because I don't know how much time
he's got a meeting at 3:50, he said. So
okay, all right, let's do that then. Let's
I said you just drag him over.
Let me do we'll be right back, and I'll change the overlays quickly, and then we'll join with our guest. So let me get that
I can sneeze. Oh yeah.
Going. Hold that sneeze just for a moment. And we will be all right. Let me use this one. There we Cool. All right, we are back with our guest. For those joining us live, that surprise has been spoiled, but the people who get the edit will will feel that later. So let me just get my. So what we'll do is, let me scroll down. So I'll introduce the community showcase segment, and then we'll just go to Haz. I've got the Kickstarter link, so I'll just show that. Yeah, if you want to talk about it for 5 minutes, and then
great.
Let us know.
Thank you.
Cool. All right, Tazziii, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll go again in 3, 2. Actually, it's not even like a hello, we're back. It's just part of the. I just realized. it's just but yeah, I need to think about how we're gonna edit this. But cool. All right, I'll just go to it. So. One of the most exciting parts of these seasonal reports is celebrating the work that has been done within our community. We've got our own stuff coming as well, but we want to give this platform for people who are also on their own creative journey, so we can shine a spotlight on some amazing projects and the creatives behind them. So we've got with us a familiar face to us. I don't know if anyone watching has seen the last live stream that we did, but we have Haz Dalal back with us. Haz, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Really pleased to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thanks for jumping in. So we've got a quick update on you. So we spoke with Haz I was going to say last year, and I was like, that's too long ago, and it's actually last year. So in December for our next One Up end of year live stream. So that was to end the 2025 Do I Look Like a Gamer campaign, and we talked about Haz's Cute 'em Up, which is a phrase he explained on that live stream. So that was very cool. Thank you for that. So you are the founder of Beyond the Pixels, and you're working on your indie game Astroburn, and you've got some additional information. So let us know, what have you got?
Yeah, like as most indie game developers will tell you, it's very, very hard to get any sort of visibility or discovery on your game, right? Especially like there's a Steam Next Fest right now happening, and trying to find your game in Next Fest is hard. So as a business, from a business point of view, like how do you stay relevant? How do you make sure that your game has a fighting chance of being seen? And I realized that I'm making a 90s style retro shoot 'em up game referencing the 90s. So why not also tap into the physical market as well? So one thing to realize was, why don't we just really go back to the 90s, where when you bought a game, it wasn't just a Steam link and you download, it was a whole ritual. It was like, you get the box, you open the box, you look at the artwork, you completely love the artwork on the box, you take the cartridge, you blow the cartridge to some dust off. Yeah, you do the whole ritual, and it became a thing, right? And you can hold it in your hand. You don't need to log in. There's no DRM or anything like that. And it was a great time. And I'm like, why don't we bring that back? And why not do that with Astroburn? So to do that, we launched a Kickstarter campaign, which is launching soon, but you can actually go to the pre-launch page right now and hit follow. And there's going to be a lot of updates, like all the tiers and the perks. So one of the big perks is you get this whole collector's edition, which is like a box with a cartridge. It's a USB cartridge that you slot out of the main SNES looking cartridge, put it in your PC, put it in your Mac, and just play the game. You don't have to put the license key, nothing like that. We're really bringing back that level of gaming. And there's going to be an art book. There's a soundtrack on cassette. That's how hardcore we are. It was on cassette. And loads of very little figurines. There's loads of perks coming out. And we're working with an amazing physical publisher to do this called 33 Games. So I'm really excited about this. And I'm really excited that the game gets to live digitally and physically.
Okay, so I get because that is really cool, and I get the need to stand out. Sorry, I get the need to stand out among so many games that are out there, especially in the indie space. Yeah. I guess my thinking, because this is a lot of extra work, right? So what's the balance between that, or is it actually, I don't know, is it much extra work? Actually,
well, look,
I should start
here's
there.
The thing. Like, we've got the artwork already, right? So all the actual extra work is basically the physical manufacturing of the cartridges and of the actual booklet. But when you team up with 33 Games, which is the physical publisher, they handle all that for you. So my job is to make sure that everything is on brand. The game is going to be the same game, except we're going to do something a bit special with this one. Look, this is not the first time a game has come out on a USB stick, right? There's quite a few of those you see all over Kickstarter. Someone got it on floppy disks, that little USB things come out. but we want to make this special. And instead of just sticking a game on a USB stick, as oh, this is a physical, here you go. I feel it's a bit of a cop out. I feel like let's make this version a little special. So there's going to be additional levels on here that we wouldn't necessarily put on the Steam version, but we're going to have it on this. We're going to have like a special opening, like menu screen where you can go through all the artwork and stuff, which you won't get on Steam. So we really want people to embrace physical and give a reason to own something like that.
Okay. No, that makes sense. And in this world where everything games feels like is, I was going to say going to digital, but I guess we're already there. If you look at the sort of sales percentages, like, yeah.
Yeah. You know, one thing that inspired me to do this was I noticed a lot of people online, like TikTok, Instagram, a lot of people are complaining about the need to having to have multiple subscriptions to Netflix's, Disney, Steam, and all that, right? And people don't want to pay for access anymore, right? They want ownership. People don't want permission to look at content. They want preservation. They want to hold this freaking thing. So in a way, that's kind of like my rebellion of getting games. Hey, don't get me wrong. The game's coming out digitally. It will do Switch, Xbox, absolutely. But but for me, it's more of a personal crusade. But also amongst all the other people that are feeling that we need to go back to tactile physicals. Need to be able to hold something. Be able to own something. So yeah. So to answer the question, is it more work? A bit more work, but so worth it.
Okay. Cool. No, thank you for that. Go ahead, Tazziii.
I was just gonna say, I love that your approach is like giving people the option, because like my pet peeve about modern digital gaming is we don't have the option anymore, because even a lot of physical releases aren't actually physical, because you just have to download the game anyway.
Right. You get like a box and in there's a little like license key or QR. You're like, wait, what was the point of that?
Or even if it is,
and they make you scratch it off as well. Scratch it off and then get like come back to win the lottery.
Even when it is a disc or a cartridge, the game is still not on the actual thing. Like, it's like a small part of the game. You cannot actually play anything without connecting to the internet and downloading the rest of it.
That becomes a gimmick. That then becomes a gimmick. It becomes a marketing gimmick. And for us, we don't want to do that. For us, that we really want this to feel. If anything, it's more of an experience. We have a feeling that people are going to buy the digital version and still go and get the physical version, because it's the experience of having the cart, opening the box, and all of that lovely jazz that you get.
I like that. I like that.
I miss guides. I miss like little, like here's the controls that you use in the beginning. Like, it's just games come in these empty boxes now. It's just...
I know. You know, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to have cheat codes as well. So that Konami cheat codes, we're bringing that back as well. So yeah, there's a lot happening that we're bringing that. We can still do the cheat code on Steam as well, but there's something about opening the cartridge.
Again, physical experience.
Yeah, and seeing the cheat code.
It's intentional.
Up, down. Yeah, exactly. So we really want to bring that back. And we've also found it's not just a nostalgia thing, but a lot of the new kids today are like, wait, how come we never got to experience that? You know, so there's that as well.
Okay.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah. Sounds great. And last question, Neos writes in the chat, says, will this play on the SNES console?
No, it won't play on the SNES, because making a game for a SNES cartridge is a whole different program. But hey, who knows? If the game does really well, we may end up getting, say, like the Bitmap Bureau, the guys who did the Terminator 2D Fate game, which is amazing. Yeah. Maybe they'll do a port for us, but no, making a game for those cartridges is a very different architecture.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, Haz, thank you for sharing that. Put the link in the chats when we put this up. We'll share. Let us know when it's live as well. We can share that as well. But we'll get you on your way. But thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks a lot.
No worries. All right, we'll be right back, and we'll be back with me and Tazziii to continue some of our updates. Cool. All right, we're back. Hopefully people enjoyed that segment. So yeah, we're gonna look to have other people on, and also people watching. If you've got projects or progress that you want to share, you can also take one of those slots as well. We're gonna do our guest advice reflection, and then we're gonna do some Maya Meta updates as well. So a bit of programming notes, because in future these will be videos, so I need to remember that I did them as audio. So I think the best way is I can play the audio, and then you're just gonna have to listen to us listening to the audio, and then we'll talk about it. So shall I do all three, or should I do one discuss? Or I could do a halfway of a quick lead in to each one, and then discuss at the end.
Yeah, maybe we don't want to fully discuss all of them.
Yeah, because I've tried to all the different angles on a theme.
Yeah. Chat, what do you think?
Yeah, they're about a minute. I think each of them maybe 40.
Should we?
40
We
seconds
can always
to a minute.
try doing it one way this time,
Season,
and
and
next time
compare.
try a different one, and then see which one works best.
Okay. So then, what should we try this? Should I do the all at once?
Yeah, go for
it. All right, so we'll do. I'll lead into it, the all at once, and then we'll discuss. And then people watching, you're gonna have to just listen along, but also just watch us listening to them. So all right, let's see how this works. So each season, we like to highlight advice from creative professionals that have appeared on our Studio 77 shows. And because this season is all about renewal, I've tried to pick out some conversations or some clips from conversations that kind of speak to different aspects of renewal. So we've got three people, Ino Tomlinson, Nari Swint, and Corey Brotherson, who I mentioned earlier on. And we're gonna hear what they've said in past shows, and sort of discuss the impact on that theme of renewal, especially what we were saying for me and Tazziii earlier in the show. So let's get the first one here. I should also say, so the first one is Ino Tomlinson, who we spoke to on an episode of Story X Story. So he was talking about just the challenge of being a creative. I think he was speaking in the world of content creation, but I think it applies just anywhere in creativity. Let's see if that goes. Who does that go? Huh. That's interesting.
What's that?
It's not playing how I thought it would.
How did you think it would play?
Oh no, is that because?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. We're in a transitional time, I think. I think we're in a transitional time where the goalposts are moving, but creators are finding ways, which is fantastic. But I think, especially in terms of the online world, it's not sustainable. That's why we're seeing a lot of creators they're burning out, because a lot of this stuff requires people to be churning out and creating content every single day. And not every day you can feel funny, and not every day you can feel at your best to be creating content. Like creativity shouldn't be like a thing that you're churning out. It should be a process that you go through, and you want to sit down, maybe you want to write something, maybe you want to make a song one day, maybe you want to do this, maybe you want to do that. Whereas I guess creators aren't given that luxury of time to kind of be creative in that way, and they have to just repeat the formula because that's all they have time to do.
It I feel it rang true for me as well. So I know we're talking about that idea of not just churning out creativity, but giving the space to actually create and do the thing. And I think sometimes when it comes to that idea of renewal, especially at this time of the year, Also, I remember we were going to play all of them, and here I am talking about it. So
We'll do it this way.
Okay, all right. I guess we're doing this way then. We'll do it differently next time. So I know I was talking about the idea of just like not wanting to just be in a space of like churning stuff out. And I think when we talk about like renewal, especially this time of the year, it is that feeling of I've got to do something new, I've got to make something happen. And then you can trip yourself up on the very thing you were trying to do. I think you made a good point earlier, Tazziii, about, the seed and planting the seed and watering the seed and letting the seed grow following the process. I think that's a really good reminder.
Yeah, I was thinking about what I said as he said it, as we were listening back as well. And then also just like that idea of churning, like really like personally relating it to me. I've taken a big step back from like social media, and I've gone back to like watching like more long form videos, YouTube, and so I'm starting a vlog again, and my relationship with content as well, and it is that like churning things out. Oh my god, I thought I would never be someone that made short form content, and then I started, and then I'm like, I enjoy it to an extent. I'm realizing why I hate it and why I never wanted to do it in the first place. So I'm really like, this is like really, I feel like I'm going to have to listen to that back a few times at my own time just to let it sink in.
Okay.
Let's go into the next one.
Yeah, so the next one's from Nari Swint, who we spoke to, who was on our next one up along with Haz. So she was the third indie game dev interview. So she's got a new game. She's working on a game that is actually out, but she's working on something else as well. And spoke about how working with different people can sort of bring up new learnings as well. So let's get that one. What I'd be interested to know, Nerys, is like the transition, because we spoke to Haz earlier about who's working on who has worked on large projects and is now working on his own thing. You've also worked on large projects and now working on your own thing. What's the difference in that transition, other than obviously like I don't know how big the team was, but massive teams and finances, but what do you feel like the biggest difference that you've personally experienced now you've got your game out?
Yeah, I think how you work with people and like the different ways you can work with like different like disciplines, because I think when you're on an indie team, there's a lot of people who take up like a lot of different roles, but that isn't just, for example, making a 3D mesh. It might be more than that. It might be doing like the technical side of things as well. And I think we've all had to play like different roles of the team, but sometimes multiple ones. And I think when you're in, big studios, you kind of just stick to the same role. And I think it helps you like learn a lot more about game development, but also how to work as a team as well.
Cool. Yeah, and thanks for that confirmation, Neos Wrights. And the question I'd asked Nerys is about the differences between like working at AAA, where she previously worked, and indie, and when she was talking about different roles, and I feel that exposure to different roles and different people is really helpful for learning new things. So even earlier today, as we record, we were talking to some of the team about like content, or particularly like content marketing, creating content for the purposes of like the My Matter brand, and that's something that's just not my area of expertise, or even to a certain extent interest, but it's something that for what we're doing that I'm learning. And even with the podcast, is I guess that's content creation, so I'm learning, and that I definitely enjoy, and learning from other people as well. So as we learn new things, you can learn new things from other people and exposure to different roles.
Sorry, excuse me. I love this. I love this quote. This bit of advice and this look back, because I am someone that loves the idea of learning from everyone and learning from different levels, different disciplines, and just getting that different perspective, even if you're doing the same thing. that's literally how I learn. It's like my best way of learning is looking at something from different points of view. And that's how I learn something, figure out what works best for me. Yeah, love it.
Cool.
No
yeah,
notes.
and then it's great. And then so you can check out that episode as well. The audio's on our podcast feed, and then we'll have the video from the clip from the live stream soon. The last one is from Corey Brotherson. It's slightly longer, but I wanted to get the whole thing because we did get Corey got existential, and I followed him on that journey. And yeah, just this idea of being very intentional about things. So we've got
when I went freelance, it kind of like I thought to myself, oh, now I have the time to be able to, do the comics that I want to do and do the other things that I want to do. But what ends up happening is that you end up kind of like, you're so focused on making sure that you get work that can pay the bills and pay the rent or pay the mortgage and allow you to eat, that you don't necessarily, you basically fill that gap that has been created from full-time work with other things that you need to just kind of do. So what I do now these days is like I try to basically just map things out as I go along. So I will put things into priority. So the things that will be paying the bills that have like very hard deadlines. I work for PlayStation at the moment doing PlayStation blog features. So that is like a very high priority for me to focus on. And then there's other kind of contracts that I have as well, which are all within that same sphere of priority. And then everything else kind of like that isn't paying kind of shuffles underneath that where I can. But I'm not getting any younger, man. I'm like, it's getting more difficult to squeeze all of those things into certain things. So I'm having to be a lot more selective over what work I take and not be mercenary about it, but at the same time allow myself the grace to kind of say, you know what, I've only got a finite amount of years left.
Very existential here off the bat. I was going to save those questions to the end, but let's go with it.
It's I'm in my I am in my middle age now. I've only got a finite amount of years left. I need to start thinking about the future and thinking about.
Yeah, so like I said, somewhat existential, but I think he makes a good point about knowing what you want to do and making space for that, and essentially saying no to the other stuff. And Corey, because Corey's been working in the games industry for a long time, he's older than he looks and has that perspective with it. So yeah, it got me thinking about just that intentionality. So again, as we talk about renewing and growing things, I said at the beginning, like it's not necessarily, or at least for me, it's not necessarily a case of too much new, but be more intentional with the things that I'm doing, whether it's I have to do or want to do, and be more intentional and getting more out of that.
Yeah, So something that happened to me, I was at like a YouTube creative collectors event yesterday. I was vlogging, and one of the people, I was like trying to figure out how to do the vlog, because there was sound, and they were like, oh, you can just do a voiceover after. And I was like, no, I don't have time to do a voiceover, and I don't like doing voiceovers for my vlogs. And they were like, make time. And I was like, I don't have time. I can't. I don't have like a time machine. I don't have any kind of device for manipulating time. I am not in charge of time. I cannot make it. And like me just doing the vlog is me making time.
Mm-hmm.
The time that I've created to make it is the time. There is no more time. I've already made the time to do that. I can't add more without taking away from something else that I want to do. And it is like a balancing game of like, I need to make time to make money and like be able to live. And it's something that I'm doing this year, I think, successfully. Yeah. I'm saying success. This is what I've been doing this year successfully so far. We're 2 months in. I've been successfully doing it. I have been balancing things that create income with things that I want to be doing. And it is hard, but you do, like it's a balance, but you can't just completely not do the things you want to.
No, because that will, it kind of like, I feel especially for like creative journey, it will eat you up inside if you don't do it, because you'll get to a point where maybe you're on one side you're bringing in income, but then I mean, you know, the idea was those two things match, but in some situations it doesn't always. But you want to make space for the things that you want to do, because you will feel the not doing of it at a certain point.
At a certain point, and like, but you also feel the not doing the thing that generates income.
And there's the balance.
Was definitely I think I've been on like both sides of the spectrum.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, it's a balance, and finding that balance.
Yeah, and the balance will shift at different stages as well. That's the other thing to consider.
You have to think like overall as well. You have to think long term and short term. And I definitely had like an existential crisis during 2020, 2021, where it was like, what is the point if you can't, like, tomorrow's not promised, so just do what you want. But then I kind of think I went a bit too far there. I give myself grace because I was going through a lot. We all were going through a lot. But then I did for a bit after that. Then I was like, I need to make money, and went a bit too far the other way. Yeah, it's a balance. Oh my god! Now I'm having the existential.
Yeah, essentially, this is what Corey has done to us. But we had a really good conversation.
I've been doing good. Good. I just feel like I need to like highlight my own pride here. So, all the green dots are days where I've been on set, which is good money, and it should be about. I don't know if you can see it very well on the camera. Anyway,
I can't, but we'll take your word for it.
Yeah, and it's roughly half the days of the month, which should generate enough income to survive.
Cool.
Which then allows me to work on the things consistently.
Right.
That should then long term generate a good portion of my income as well.
Yeah.
Balance, which is like what I want to do. Anyway, I just felt like I needed that to get me out of my existential crisis.
Yeah, okay.
Before I go into panic mode. Panic's not good for generating income, trust me.
So, yeah, and I encourage people to check out that interview of Corey. It is on our Twitch VOD for a while. I did forget to press the YouTube button, but at some point we'll have that edited. And then, actually, it's also on our podcast feed, because I did do that bit. So it's on the podcast feed now, so you can check that out. And then we'll have the video at some point as well. But yeah, if those tips resonate with you, then check out all the Studio 70s. Try that again. Katie's going to have an interesting editing challenge with this one.
It's the first one. It's going to be.
Yeah.
The pilot episode. Well, technically
we did a test the thing, and then the first, whatever the inaugural.
The first one was a test run. This is the pilot.
There you go. So, if those tips resonated with you, then do check out the Studio 77 shows, the podcast, the live streams. We talk to a range of creative professionals about their journeys, the work they do. So, enjoy those. And if you are a creative professional and would like to share your story, then get in touch, because we would love to have you. You can email us studio77@mymatter.com. Nice. All right, so we did the showcase. So skip into our updates and then the challenge, and then there you go. Cool.
Do you want to go over the poll as well?
Oh, we completely forgot. Yeah. Yes. So I will. Should I do that? Because I've got it with me.
You've got it.
All right. So. Sorry, I'm gonna have to work through that. We started a poll earlier in the show asking what is the most challenging part of renewal in your creative journey, and we've got some results. It's quite an even split, actually, between three. So the one that didn't get any votes was knowing which direction to take, which kind of, I guess, suggests that people know where they want to head, and that's always the challenge, right? And then we've got an even split between finding time to start something new, letting go of old habits, and staying motivated. So I feel like, that's quite reflective, because I feel talking with people, talking with people, it's often easy to get to the point of like, okay, this is what I'd like to do. But then it's all the barriers of how do you get there, and I feel we just identified those barriers in different people's journey.
For sure. And I feel like letting go of old habits is part of staying motivated, can be like combined with staying motivated as well. Because sometimes you need to be motivated. You need to let go of bad habits to be motivated.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's all it's a balancing act. All of it is a balancing act.
Definitely. And I feel that's why we're making a space to see how people are doing with their balancing act. So look out for more of those in future, and probably more existential conversations as well. Cool. All right. Then I will go into brand announcements.
Should we? I know we don't have Discord any highlights because went into a guest spot instead.
Yeah.
But should we just do a bit here?
Oh, that you can.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do that then?
So that it's like consistent. Yeah. So beyond our featured guests, there's so much amazing work that you're all doing, and you can share that with us in our Discord community, and we'll highlight it in this section. So share that in our Discord. We will I don't know what to say. Let me try that. I'm just gonna do one more take. Beyond our featured guests, there is so much work that you're all doing, and you can share that with us in our Discord community. So here is where we would highlight some of those projects and take a look and showcase you. So if you want to get involved in future community showcases, whether as a guest or in the Discord highlights, then you can make sure you active in our community and share your work there. We'll have like specific areas that will be obvious, hopefully. In that they should be live basically by the time this video gets edited. They should be there. I'm very confident in it being there. Anyway, so let's move on into what's been happening in the My Matter universe. I totally stole your bit there. It just made more sense to me to just do all of it.
That's fine.
Whether you're into comics, video games, or creative professional development, here's what you have to look forward to from the My Matter universe.
So we're on our own storytelling journey. So continuing to build the My Matter universe that everything the brand is built on. So for those that don't know, our stories are set within a television network, and each title reflects a different show or takes you behind the scenes of the network. So for this year, we're focused on a couple things in particular. So we are working on a new story with the Samurai Chef. So it has been a while since we've done a Samurai Chef story, and long enough that we can do an anniversary edition, even though it will be late, but we're just going to do it. So we'll do that, and then we'll in future do that for other titles. So Serious, Hot Lunch have anniversary editions. They some may or may not be late. So what we're going to do is collect the existing Samurai Chef stories. So some may have seen the origins, the complete edition, the ambush as well, but work on some new stories within that particular show and that particular set of characters. So that's something we're working on at the moment. Looking forward to putting together our first anniversary edition at some point this year, so that'll be a big one. And then in the background, also continuing like research and development on other stories. 11th Hour continues to be the one of the original stories that me and Lau thought of that still doesn't have a comic, so hoping to fix that in the not too distant future. So yeah, being able to make that space to look at the characters, concept art, narrative stuff. So working on that. Also been working on doing things for other organizations. So if you're an organization who is looking to tell your story through manga, through that style of illustration, get in touch, because we can help bring that to life, as well as our own work as well. We've also got some events with our studios pillar. So we attend in-person events and conventions across the country, or we host our own events. So it's all about discovering new experiences and creating space where creatives at any stage can meet and network and grow together. So I actually recently attended MegaCon in January. So that was a new one for me, never been before. So spent a day there, just about maxed out that whole day. So it's not on MCM Comic Con level where you might need a couple of days or you might miss things if you only go for a day. You can do that in a day, and it's a solid, it's a cool day. It's a nice, yeah. It was nice to be at a convention where I actually didn't have to work and I could watch other people do their work, including Alex, who had a stall there as well. So that was a nice change of pace for me. But we do have events where I'm going to be working at. So the next one, or the first one for this year, is the Yo Comics Fair, where myself and Brooke, who is part of the team, will be taking the comics and some merchandise as well for what is a free family-friendly comic fair for kids and by kids at Stanley Arts in South London. And when I say South London, it's like deep South London as well. So yeah, I'm gonna have to. It's a long journey. So we did this last year. So it's on Sunday, the 22nd of March. And it runs from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. So there'll be like workshops and giveaways, and a chance to meet some interesting comic book creators, as well as people from the local area who will be selling their own comics, which is always cool. I like when I see things like that, young people like making stuff and then selling it, sort of get that baptism of fire that I still remember having when we first did our comics as well. So yeah, so me and Brooke will be there with the comics, and then also we'll be doing a workshop as well. So Brooke has got some ideas there. We're gonna try that out with manga comic making and zine making as well, something we've not done before. So yeah, look out for us there. And similar to comics, like we are also there for helping others create experiences at their events for communities, for organizations. So you can get in touch with us about that as well.
It really is deep south, isn't it?
I wasn't lying.
It's deep south, yeah. I agree. That was a valid description. And every creative journey needs support. So Studio77 is our digital platform where we can all share insights, connections, and have some fun, turning that passion into something real. So whether it's through our one-off shows or our Discord community, here's what we've got coming up. We have casual conversations with comic creators, where each month Nigel talks with a comic creator about the craft of making comics. We're discovering the human behind their art with the next episode, which will be March the 11th with mystery guest. We'll find out closer to the time. We also have Games Night, which is our monthly show where we play games for your amusement. The next show will be playing Marvel Rivals this Wednesday, actually, Wednesday the 25th of February. I say this Wednesday as in the Wednesday of recording. Which will be at 7 p.m. UK we'll be live with our Studio 7 members on Twitch and YouTube. And progressively, normally the last Wednesday of each month. So if you are watching this and you've missed the one on the 25th of Feb, then we should have one in March and April. Hopefully. Hopefully. But yeah, you can check out some of the past games night highlights over on the My Matter YouTube channel. And if you're ready to be a part of a community that supports your creative journey, become a Studio 787 member today for exclusive content, networking opportunities, and resources to help you thrive. And the Do I Look Like a Gamer campaign is about seeing the transformation in the games industry, because breaking into games shouldn't depend on what you look like. We have our campaign for the photo shoot, so we're currently preparing for it, which is happening in March across Liverpool and London. This is the 5th year of the Do I Look Like a Gamer campaign, where we photograph 40 players and makers to showcase the incredible diversity in gaming. If you are looking, let me start again. If you'd like to be a part of this year's campaign, or you know someone who would be the perfect fit, then you can head to Look Like a Gamer to register your interest. We're aiming to reach 200 photos total across all of our campaigns, and we need you to help us get there. So that's basically saying the same thing. But if you'd like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, you can also email hello@looklikeagamer.com as well. The photo shoot locations and dates will be Liverpool, Friday the 20th of March, and London, Old Street, Thursday the 26th of March and Saturday the 28th of March. Are they still the correct dates? Okay. Oh yeah, because one of them's not in my calendar because I'm potentially not here. So sorry, that was like a head thing. Does not need to be in the edit. Get back on track. If your organization, I'm thrown off now. If your organization wants to partner or sponsor the campaign and the diverse initiatives that we have planned, then you can email us to explore some opportunities.
Yeah, and speaking of partnering with different organizations, I did mention just earlier that we can do other like comics for other organizations. We do actually have something that we can't talk about. I don't know if we can we not talk about it? I think we can't talk about that. But it's not our thing. We did something for another organization, but I have it on good authority that it is being tested, and at some point there will be a more public announcement. So that was a fun thing to do last year. I had myself and some others on the comic making side of things put together a new story with a complete different set of characters that doesn't connect to the existing My Matter universe, but is in our style. So that was a good project to work on. So looking forward to sharing that. And then if you're someone who is interested in getting a comic done, or even other things that we do, like content creation or event delivery, we do offer that as well. So you can get in touch, hello@mymatter.com, and we can potentially collaborate. Another thing that we've got coming up is our workshops. So people will know we do workshops with young people, aspiring creative professionals to discover their potential, to work through ideas, develop skills. So throughout the year, we deliver those inclusive, hands-on comic or game or content creation sessions. We've got some coming up. We've had some actually previously, and as we record, we've got some coming up. So we're going to be at the Haringey Creates Creative Careers Fair. Try saying that quickly 3 times, which is Thursday the 23rd of February. Where I and some others on the team will be at Capital City College in Tottenham delivering a hands-on game design workshop for students at sort of like secondary and college. So it's all about giving that chance for young creators to explore different career paths and workshops, networking. There's going to be a Q&A session as well. So yeah, we'll be doing that in the college for pretty much the whole school day. So we have different sessions going. So I did this last year, which was really interesting because you just get a mix of people. Some are into it, some know why they've been brought here, some don't, and each one presents a unique challenge. But like I said, we've had other sessions so far in the year We're working out some others to come. And if you're a school, youth organization, college, and you need some support with that creative skills development workshops, get in touch. Always happy to chat with people and talk about those programs in storytelling or game design or just general creative development.
Real world experience is invaluable when starting your creative career. Showrunners is the Mayamada work experience program offering genuine opportunities to work on professional projects across comics, video games, and content creation. Rather than just observing, you'll be hands-on with the Mayamada team, gaining portfolio-worthy work experience and industry connections that open doors. So the next cohort you can get involved in is summer 2026. We also have a new training program, Wolfram Stowe Forest. It's open for industry guest speakers in areas of event management, public speaking, and illustration and design. And we also have short-term work experience available. For example, we have coming up our May London MCM Comic Con. So if you want to get involved in that, then yeah, you can reach out. So if you are a young creative ready for real world experience or an organization wanting to support emerging talent, you can learn more at mayamada.com/showrunners or email showrunners@mayamada.com.
Yeah, and you can be part of the Studio 77 community today. So jump in our Discord, get involved with the work that we do, get involved with these shows as well each season, as well as find out what's happening in the Mayamada universe, either online or in person all year round.
Sorry, I was just adding some notes. Each quarter, we set a creative challenge for the community based on our seasonal theme. So let's see what the community created for the last quarter's challenge.
Oh yeah, I didn't put that one in because I basically cut out anything that was because we didn't have the Discord set up and stuff. So I was going to skip to this being the first one, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't grade that out, but
it's fine. I will start that again. Each quarter, we set creative challenges for the community based on the seasonal theme. And as this is the start of this new Studio 77 report, I forgot the word that I was going to use there, format. And as this is the first of our new Studio 77, and as this is the first of our new Studio 77 report format, we are starting with our first ever challenge. And this season's challenge celebrates renewal. So we want to see you showcase something you're renewing this spring, whether it's revisiting an old project, learning a new skill, or refreshing your creative approach. We want to see it. So you can share photos or videos of your work on social media using the hashtag #ImagineMoreRenewal and tag Mayamada, or post directly in our Discord community. Featured entries will be showcased in the Summer Studio 77 report video. But yeah, what does this challenge, how was I going to phrase that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, how do you think this challenge connects to the seasonal tagline? Is there going to be anything that you're going to be working on personally, Nigel?
Yeah, you'll see photos of me asking people for things more directly. So that's what you can. That's what you can look out for me. I think like for this season, particularly this spring. To be fair, I think the main things for like renewing is it's just that really. It's just asking for more things. So hopefully that means more opportunities come out, whether we can share all of them publicly or not at the time. But hopefully it means come the time we get closer to summer, we'll have more to share in terms of like new opportunities that are coming up for the Maya Matter brand.
Nice. I think for me is renewal is the new shiny Discord, which I am nearly completed, nearly finished cleaning up. That will speak for itself. No progress. The progress you will see from using it. And then on a more personal project note would be I am starting my voice acting journey, or continuing it, because technically I kind of already started it, but I would say it's taken a more, before I just kind of accidentally done a voice acting thing, right? And this is like taking an active approach to starting voice acting, and I guess also restarting a vlog and start that's new, that's renewal.
Yeah, no, it sounds good. That intentionality, I think that's important.
Yes.
I feel that just have things have happened, but it's a difference between things happening and you like, okay, we're gonna make this happen and take the actions to do that. So that's a really good one.
Yeah, that's
cool. All right, well, yeah, we look forward to seeing what people are renewing, what they're starting, what they're relearning, what they're growing. But that about does it for our spring Studio 77 report. Make sure you join our Discord, which, as Tazziii mentioned, is getting a bit of a reworking. So that's coming. Follow us on Twitch as well to be part of the growing Maya Matter community. Again, subscribe to us on YouTube. So we stream on both, and then if you miss this live, you can always catch it on YouTube, and you can also join us live as well and see all the behind the scenes stuff that we work on in the moment. And we talked a bit about the Story X Story podcast, where a lot of our advice does come from, and we are back with season 8. You can check that out. We've got some episodes that have gone out, some to come, especially the video game roundtable with little asterisks, because Xbox dropped some major news right after we recorded it. But check that out. It's where Taz and I have created interviews, video game discussions, and deep dives into stories across pop culture. But that's all from us for now, and we'll see you again next month. There we go. All right.
I think that went quite well. I feel like we were very efficient as well, considering it's the first one.
Yeah, and there's a good I feel it's a good format with like with people dropping in, so I think that will work. The more people know they can do it, the more we'll
exactly I think
get that
good.
So
and I think when we have once we get like the Discord rolling, I keep looking at it and I'm like, oh, it looks so nice. I think it's helpful at looking nice is like nice and organized.
Yeah, I'll put just put a link if people haven't seen it. There we go. But yeah, no, thank you everyone for watching as well. So yeah, we're going to be doing that each season. So the summer one will be the next one, and then we'll have a new theme, new things to catch up on. But yeah, we'll be live streaming in between that, of course. Yeah, that's about it. That's good. Got good format. So yeah, there is our creative journey.
Yeah, we're certainly open for feedback as well. If you think there's ways we can tweak this and improve it.
It will definitely
and get involved
over the
like, we want to see your projects, and like even if you want to share them in the Discord and not have it show, if you're a bit nervous about having it showcased, you can just add, want to share this here but not on the live stream, and that's also okay.
Yeah, definitely let us know. And that's cool. All right, there we go. There's a good live stream, so we'll catch everyone later. I also realized I need to do a new set of sort of be right back and end screens for this, so mental note for next time, there'll be a new set. For now I'm using the podcast ones, so you have to be happy with that. But yeah, thank you everyone.
We'll see you on Wednesday, because we'll Wednesday.
I got it installed. I need to make sure I got it installed. All right, see you all. Take care.
Bye.